you to our quarterly membership luncheon focused on education in Hunt County. And if my ambassadors could make their way up here that are going to be speaking in a moment. I want to begin by sharing a story that I heard on Instagram this week. A teacher told a story about a child he had in his class who never spoke. He talked to the child's parents, the counselor, the school psychologist, and anyone he could to talk about why this child would not speak. So he began communicating, he decided, with sticky notes. The child would communicate back using the sticky notes, and so there it went, back and forth using sticky notes. And the child never spoke all year long. Then the end of the year comes. The child leaves the classroom, actually moves away, and the teacher never hears from him again until a few years later. The teacher receives an envelope in the mail, and in the envelope there is one sticky note. And on that sticky note it says, "Thank you. I kept all your sticky notes. You helped me more than you will ever know." So the moral of this story is, you may never know what kind of impact you're going to make on someone, but remember, small things like a sticky note can make a difference in someone's life. So I'd like to thank you today, and I would like to thank all the educators that are here in advance for doing everything that you do for making impacts. Whether big or small, you all make a difference, so thank you. I do want to give a big thank you to Bolitos today for our lunch, and Billy's back there, so say hi to him. And before we begin, and before we recognize people in the room, I have ambassadors up here that are going to introduce some new members that have joined the chamber.
I'm Debbie Sickles. I'm the owner and agent of Insurance Group of North Texas, an independent multi-line insurance company, and I'm a proud ambassador to the Chamber. I would like to introduce to y'all some new people to our area. It's Freedom Flood. Could y'all please stand up? This is James and Melissa Dene, with a J at the end, but it's very silent. They are a family-owned and veteran-owned company for over 30 years. The lady to the right, Melissa, is Shy. Her name is Shy. She is not Shy. Chesser. She's the marketing rep. They come to my office. This is how I got to know them, and they are all very nice people, and they're wanting to do more in the community. They are the premier choice for fire and water damage restoration in Northeast Texas, with over 30 years of family experience that started with Melissa's father. So welcome to the Chamber, Freedom Flood.
Hello, everybody, and good morning. My name is Tammy Schaefer, and I am with All Tams Builders Plus, and I have the honor of, and I am a proud ambassador of the Chamber also. I have the honor of introducing to you Carson Lake from Edward Jones. Carson, where you at? Oh, there he is. Welcome, Carson. If everybody give Carson a warm applause. Carson likes to help individuals and businesses build, grow, and preserve and distribute wealth through building relationships and earning trust, and making investing appropriately. So that I think those are some very, very honorable qualities. We really appreciate you, and we welcomed you to the Chamber. Forgive me, my voice.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ludford. I'm the community banker here at American National Bank in Greenville, and I'm introducing Darlene Montgomery, who is with Mary Kay. They've just been, there you go, give her a hand. Mary Kay's just been voted #1 in the world for skincare and cosmetics, and she's all about customer service. So ladies, that's your girl. Go see Darlene. All right?
Hello, I'm Tanya Garman with American National Bank, your mortgage lender and your bank for life, and I'm here to introduce, okay, first I gotta ask, how many people run up Oklahoma on a regular basis. Okay, don't raise your hand. You don't have to embarrass yourself. Guess what? I'm here to introduce John of the North Texas Casino Party. So instead of going to Oklahoma, you can have him come to your house or event, and he can set up as casinos. He does fundraisers. He does Christmas parties, birthday parties, graduation, all that fun stuff, and it'll probably save you a lot of money. So give John a warm welcome to the Greenville Chamber.
He does the auction and casino for the chamber.
He does a great job. Okay, I am here. I am Katie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance. We make Medicare easy. I am here today going to introduce the District Deputy Director, Natalie Steinsholt, with Congressman Keith Self's office. And the one thing just talking to her a minute ago and saying, what would you like for me to say about Congressman Keith Self? What do y'all do? And she said, of course, they love to do outreach events and stuff like that. You can always call. But the one thing that she hit on for me was, have any of y'all ever had any issues where somebody says, well, call your congressman? Like, let's say with the IRS, with the VA, or the Social Security Administration. I do that all the time. She said, just reach out to her and they will help take care of that for you, or at least contact that entity for you. There she is. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Liz Patterson with Prestige Benefits Group, Integra Insurance. We are your friends with benefits for auto, home, commercial, health, life, and Medicare. I thought I'd throw that in because you might see me around town with my t-shirt on, and I'm not soliciting myself. I have the privilege of introducing two longtime residents. Some of y'all grew up with them. Danny Black and MJ Mason, stand up. Yay. Big time in sports, and they represent, they're new members of Greenville Youth Sports Association. So if any of your kiddos need to be in active sports, you need to contact them because they know how to handle their kiddos. They do tackle football, cheerleading, basketball. Great. Thank you. We appreciate it.
So I hope you welcome them and introduce yourselves to our new members after this event is over. At this time, I'm going to do a few introductions from the room. So we have our Chamber Board of Directors that are here. Holly Gray with Century 21 First Group, Chairman of the Board, so if you can wave or stand up, that would be great. David Ellis with the Greenville Board of Development. Greg Sims with the Greenville Board of Development, back there. Sharon Booth with Greenville ISD. Vince Patterson with Prestige Benefits Group. Katie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance. David Weiland with Century 21 Patterson Agency. Mayor Ransom with the City of Greenville. Chasen Carpenter with Latsons.com. And Stinson Sanders with the Tarpley Agencies. Mandy Stewart with the Hometown Group, All City Real Estate. I don't think I saw her. The Chamber Ambassadors that are here today, Deanna Bates with Terry Gerger's Realty Service, who's also Ambassador of the Year. Tammy Schaefer with All Tam's Builders Plus. Sheila Ellis with Altrusa. David Weiland again with Century 21 Patterson Agency. Katie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance. David Ellis again with the Greenville Board of Development. Rose Hayden with Hunt Regional Healthcare. Debbie Sickles with Insurance Group of North Texas. Liz Patterson with Prestige Benefits Group. Chris Mangle with GEUS. Chasen Carpenter with Latkins.com. Kelly Ledford with American National Bank. Haley Wooten with Kinsey Abstract and Sabine Title. Tanya Garman with American National Bank. Terry Thomas with Serpro. And I have Hannah Bywater with the Red River Credit Union, but I didn't see her either. All right. I do want to introduce our chamber staff that's here today. Cameron Bates, Membership and Marketing Director, and then Warren Hall, who's new to the chamber, Director of Communications. Also, we have a few Greenville young professionals in the house, and they always say that I miss them every year, so or every time we do a luncheon. So I'm just gonna have you all stand up if you're a member of the Greenville Young Professionals. So I have a few here. If you wanna, 19, if you're between the ages of 19 and 39 years of age, you can always join this group. So we have business investors in the room. We have Platinum Investor, Elfrey Harris. Gold Investor, Alliance Bank. Sapphire Investors, All Temps Builders Plus, and American National Bank. Silver Investors, Cornerstone Insurance, GEUS, Hunt Regional Healthcare, Texas A&M Commerce, and Solvay Composite Materials. Our bronze partners, Wildcatter Realty Partners, Atmos Energy, Hancock Whitney, Quality Care ER. With the City of Greenville, we have Mayor Jerry Ransom, City Manager Summer Spurlock, City Councilmen are here, Ben Collins, Philip Spencer, Kenneth Freeman, Tim Cruz, TJ Goss, and then we also have our Mayor Pro Tem, Terry Thomas. Greenville Board of Development, we have Holly Gray, David Ellis, Barry Gluck, Jerry Morris, John Dixon, Greg Sims, Frank Stevenson, and Sean Franklin. The Greenville ISD board members are here, Aletha Cruz, Ann Haynes, Roger Livingston, Mike Rackley, I didn't see Tish, and Angie Taylor. I would like to give a big thanks to all our schools that are in the room today. So Bowles ISD, Campbell ISD, Greenville Christian School, Greenville ISD, Parrish Junior College, Quinlan ISD, Texas A&M University of Commerce, and the Depot Christian School. So before our educators speak, we're going to hear from a few of our sponsors that are here today, which help make our lunch possible. So our lunch sponsor today is Chasen Carpenter with Latsons.com. You coming up? I was like, are you serious?
Yes, I did. Me. Hey everybody, I am Chasen Carpenter, and thankfully Shelly here gave me about an hour to talk to you. I'm gonna try to do it in 35, 40 minutes. Just playing, it's just 2 minutes. I'll be short and sweet. So I am with Latsons.com. I do office products, printing, promotional products, furniture. Pretty much if you have a business and you turn it upside down, shake it, anything that falls out, I can sell you or source for you. Specifically, I'm here because of the schools. I really like working with the schools. Greenville ISD is one of them. Sharon Booth's been awesome. The campus here has been awesome to me. Silver Springs, I work with them as well. Quinlan, Bowles, I don't really do anything with y'all, so just throwing that out there. Would love to, but that's kind of my bread and butter. I got into this just doing deliveries and stuff, and pretty much jumped into sales and marketing, and then I found what we can do for schools. I know budgets are limited. So we just kind of help extend that, and I do stuff like, if I need to buy you something and you're, like I'm working with a school right now, they didn't have folders, 350 folders, but they didn't have the budget to do it, and then the budget opens on September 1st. Well, guess what? Chasen's your best friend, because I'll get it to you, and then September 1st comes around, we'll bill you then. So stuff to keep in mind, but I'm going to beat y'all's doors down, businesses and schools, just so you know. I'm going to be very annoying for the next rest of this year. So thank y'all for having me. Hope y'all enjoy the burritos. Time.
All right.
Okay.
You're good. Thank you, Jessica. Our table sponsor today is Jennifer Pitzinger with Keep Greenville Beautiful.
Okay, I have a lot I can say, but I won't. But I did want to let y'all know just a few things that we have coming up. Actually, something that's going to be here on October 7th is our Home and Garden Show. If you would like to be a vendor or a sponsor, that information will be coming out next week through the Chamber of Commerce. And then also, if you're not following us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, and you can see all the stuff that's coming up. We also, so electronic recycling, I do have some information over on our table. Anybody can bring things to that. We are partnering with the City of Greenville with that. And anything with a cord, with a plug. So start collecting your stuff and make sure you bring it that day. Also, we'll have a cleanup at the end of September, trash pickup. One of the things that we do with the schools is Arbor Day. Again, I have some pictures over on the table of kids that have won. We do that with Greenville Christian School, with PTAA and GISD. And anybody can come to the celebration at the end of the year. So that's one of our big education things that we also do in the schools. Let's see, what else? So, we do have some positions open on our board. Renee is our president, and she was like, maybe mention that. If anybody's interested in being involved in Keep Greenville Beautiful, we would love to have you. So you can talk to me after or reach out. And if you have a civic organization you're a member of, or even your school or class or anything that you would like us to come and do a program on, especially about trees or recycling or trash, let me know. I'd love to come talk to your school. Thank you. Oh, wait, and one more thing. Make sure you take your little Feed the Bees seeds, so feed the bees.
Thank you, Jennifer. Our presenting sponsor for this afternoon is Katie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance. Do I need to set a timer?
Get this back when I say no. I always choose this event, this QML, as my opportunity to present because y'all know that Medicare open enrollment season is coming up. So this is important, and I always like to give just one little thing that has come up during this year. And one of the things that I have seen especially difficult to deal with this year is how many of you guys like choices? Like, you like to be able to choose your doctor, right? You like to be able to choose which restaurant you go to. You like to be able to choose your toilet paper, right? Everybody likes choices. What if I told you that today you're gonna walk into every grocery store in Greenville and there's only gonna be one type of peanut butter on the shelves? And from now on, that's the peanut butter you're gonna get. Now, meanwhile, in the back, they have about 5 or 6 different brands of peanut butter, but they're just not telling you about that. They're not giving you any choices. Well, I have started seeing some companies, some very large companies, even ones in our area, including the entire state of Texas, that are not giving choices to their employees on what you can and can't do. They're not telling them the truth about all of the choices that you have. Also, if you pick up the phone, these call centers that are calling you are only telling you about one choice. I had that happen to a guy yesterday. They said, oh, here's the plan you need, and didn't tell him about 75% of the other options in Medicare. So it's very important that you know what the choices are. Whether you see me or somebody else, make sure that you know all of the different aspects of Medicare before you make any single choice that somebody's trying to push you into. That's all. Thank you.
And then I would also like to thank Texas A&M Commerce because you're the main core sponsor, so thank you. The Chamber cannot exist without support from businesses like these, so once again, thank you for all your support from these sponsors. All right, so up first today, we're about to start, is Michael Goss with Bowles ISD, and she is the superintendent.
Good morning. Thank you to all of our chamber members for being here today to hear about all the fantastic educational opportunities in Hunt County. Like she said, my name is Michael Goss, and I'm the proud superintendent of Bowles ISD in Quinlan. We're a public school with close to 600 students, pre-K through 12. Our district has many amazing opportunities and activities ongoing, but instead of giving my usual speech, I brought some of Bowles' finest, hard to choose, but some of Bowles' finest to tell you about one thing instead. This one thing is important, this one thing is vital in shifting our society and culture, and this one thing, combined with many other things, can make a huge difference, and that's just what Bowles plans to do. We do the required character education throughout our curriculum daily, but this past couple of years, our administration has pushed really hard to integrate service to others before self throughout our academics, extracurriculars, and clubs through a yearly campaign. 3 years ago, or almost 4 years ago, when COVID was rearing its ugly head, we started a Shining is Essential campaign. And that is where we focused on our essential workers who supported our county during COVID, like our local hospital, truck drivers, grocery store staff, and postal service workers, just to name a few. And our high school groups adopted these organizations to show their gratitude. 2 years ago and last year, our campaign was Shine It Forward. We gave back to the community, which our guests here today will talk a little bit about. And this year, Time to Shine, our high school will focus on our younger Hornets and demonstrate through action that at Bowles, we lead with a servant's heart. My guests today, and they're a little bit nervous, but I explained about the chamber and that you guys, they're the future business leaders, and so y'all are here to support and are excited to hear what they have to say. But they're going to talk about the activities they've been involved with through Shine It Forward to make our district, community, and world a better place. And Cadence is going to go first.
Hi, I'm Cadence Robinson. I'm a senior at Bowles High School. I participate in many things such as playing volleyball, basketball, track, and golf. I'm a member of the concert band as well as Beta and FCA. I am the captain of our cheer team and volleyball team and also the leader of the PALS program. I am currently on the track of getting my phlebotomy certification through our clinical studies program. When I graduate, I plan on going to Texas A&M Commerce and finishing my basics and then working my way to nursing school. Today I've come to talk about these things these organizations do for our school. As she said, last year our theme was Shine It Forward. We wanted to do things that would benefit our school community. For example, last year our athletics program picked up trash around our school. Another example is our cheer team decided to write positive affirmations and put them on cars of our faculty, staff, and students. My mom got one on her car and it made her day. In addition to that, we restored benches outside of our school just to beautify our campus. And these are just some examples of what Bowles High School organizations do to help the community. Thank you for your time.
My name is Aiden Guerrero, and I am a sophomore at Bowles High School. And I am involved in the National Beta Club. And last year for our Shine It Forward project, we went to the Fish in Greenville. And for Christmas and for Thanksgiving, we packed up boxes of food to send them out to families in need that couldn't have that big meal to feed their families or any of that. And I'm also involved in things like FCA, volleyball, and track. And another one of the things that we did for athletics for a service project was we actually went and took apart volleyball courts. We did get money from that, but it took, I think, about 4 hours. And I think a lot of our hands hurt really bad from that. But yeah, Alyssa's gonna talk to you about Stuco now.
Hi, my name's Alyssa Robinson, and I hope y'all know when she was talking about nervous, it was me. But like Aiden said, I'm here to talk about what Stuco did for our Shine It Forward. The past couple of years, Stuco has helped by working several different projects. For example, our Warmth Drive. We collected nomination forms for over 150 senior citizens and raised money to give each one what we like to call a blessing box. And in each box was a sweatsuit, blanket, socks, and house shoes. These items really came in handy during the big freeze in 2021. Last year, we added a flashlight, batteries, and a nightlight. We were able to serve well over 200 last year and hoping to reach 300 this year. But this year's fundraising campaign is Sense for Seniors. We are reaching out to local school districts to see if they would like to participate in fundraising by collecting change. To sum up, our Stuco donated over $500 to help give these blessing boxes to senior citizens in Hunt County.
Hi, my name's Cole Lively, and I don't have a fancy speech like them, so this one might not be as good, so just bear with me on this one. But I'm a part of the football team, basketball, golf. I show goats. I'm on the national beta team, FCA, and I'm also on the robotics team. And for the robotics team this year, we went to Feed My Starving Children, which is a nonprofit organization to get food out to starving children in Africa. And when we went there, it was about a 2 or 3 hour event, and we packed 64 boxes that had 13,824 meals and was made to feed 37 children for a year. And that was really fun. It got to see the experience of how they get the boxes to the children out there, and it was just really fun to know that we helped save 37 children to give them meals. Thank you.
All right, my name's Cale Miller, and I'm not involved in as many things as them. I kind of pick one, and I like to be real good at what I do. I'm involved in our ag program. Last year I served as our chapter FFA president, and I'm on the national beta team as well. But last year for ag, we did the Shine It Forward, and we took a specific item we built in our shop and put it in our yearly fundraiser that we use to build funds for our ag program. But we took that item and we donated it to the American Legion post in Roy City. And when we auctioned it off, they got every dime, every penny, every cent we got from it. And we raised right at $5,000 for them. But so she asked me on the way here, she said, "You're a senior, what do you want to do next year?" And whenever we got here, I was kind of looking around like, this is a little nicer than anywhere I normally go. I don't get out of the house much. We run a bunch of cows and have horses, so. And she asked me, and I had to think. I said, I don't know if this is the place. But she said, say it with your chest and proud. They talk about going to school. I want to go to the University of Ranching, choking wild cattle and riding rank broncs, and that's all I'm going to do.
Hey, so my name's Katie Malfers from the Bulls High School, as y'all have heard from the past few of us. I would like to first come up with, how do y'all stand up here and talk? There's too many of y'all staring at me. That's concerning right now. But I am involved in everything. I am a resume builder for college. I plan on going to UT Austin, just saying. But I am a representative for our PALS program today. Well, our PALS program, for some of y'all who may not know, is considered a big brother, big sister program. We mentor the kids below us. Us high schoolers show elementary kids and middle schools what they should look forward to in high school or just in everyday life. Because some kids, let's be realistic, it's kind of hard being a kid. I know being an adult is hard, but kids have it rough, in my opinion. But with our Shine It Forward program, we chose to help raise water bottles from others for our fire department. We accepted donations, and we did it with our national beta. I didn't mean raise. I'm sorry, Ms. Goss. I'm sorry, okay? I'm kind of just full sending it. But we accepted donations from all the students in our class to try and give back to our volunteer fire department. It is hot because they literally help fight fires, which is hot. Sorry to break it to y'all. But we helped donate waters to our fire department, and then our school does something called the Angel Tree. And it's to where around Christmas time, not everyone has money to get presents for everyone. Because if you got 5 kids and you're a single parent, it's hard to do it. Well, our PALS program is in charge of us taking care of those families who struggle during Christmas. We get food and we give it to the families so they can have a Christmas dinner. We also accept donations with Christmas gifts. We select a few families so we are able to give back to them 100% and fully. And then I think that's about it. Maybe. We'll find out. There's more to come this school year, but I think that wraps up the PALS program.
Thank you, Bullseye Seal. Great speaker. Next we have Dr. Denise Morgan. the superintendent of Campbell ISD.
I don't think I can follow that. I'm like, she talked about being nervous up here. Just watch my leg, it'll shake the whole time. I don't know. So it's really kind of amazing how time flies. It seems like just yesterday I was speaking to you guys, and here we are again. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate that. In the last few years, we've seen quite a bit of change in our education system. Campbell ISD has completed over $3 million in renovation to our campus without asking taxpayers for money. However, last year we did go to taxpayers because we've outgrown our facility. This is a good thing, but brings different challenges. We're using every available space, even brood closets, to teach students. With the cost of materials and home evaluation skyrocketing, our community, like many others, felt they could not support the needs of the school at this time. And the bond did not pass. In the classroom, COVID moved most schools to one-to-one technology. Our teachers now not only have to teach curriculum and courses, but also be technology experts. I'm not sure we'd say we're technology expert, but we're sure trying. Not only instructionally does this technology change, but the cost of keeping up with the upgrades in technology, cybersecurity, and programs that monitor students' online activity, both at school and at home, are challenges that all schools are facing. Many people have asked over the last few months, why did you use $3 million to expand, or why didn't you use the $3 million to expand classrooms? Well, when I arrived, the maintenance of our schools had not been kept up. We had a roof that leaked so badly it ruined a gym floor. It ruined classrooms. Classrooms had their original carpet and desks. Bleachers were a safety hazard, and the school flooded during Snowmageddon, so we had to do something. These things could not wait. And if we set that money aside, we would still have space needs, but now we'd also have renovation needs as well. I'm proud of the work we've accomplished. There's still so much more to do. So you say, what are our next steps? And with the failure of the bond that happened, we are currently looking for portable buildings as an option. And I talked to you about this because this becomes a scary venture. It will cost Little Campbell ISD $1.5 million to add the portable classrooms needed to expand the space. And the life expectancy of these structures will not last. We will have to pay the bill for these out of maintenance and operations rather than interest and sinking funds. This takes away from the funds of instruction in the classroom. From a safety standpoint, it scares us as well. Our community has spoken and we have listened, so portables it will be. In 5 years, the cost of materials will not go down, and we will still need the space of these structures as they begin to fail, but are still not paid for. The future of our state and children deserve better. I bring this up because this is a state issue. The state is supposed to determine education for our children. Right now, I think our legislators are not meeting their grade when it comes to supporting the schools. Textbooks allotments have gone down so far, and new technology allotments are in the same bundle with less money. Transportation allotments are down and the cost of gas is rising, not to mention the cost of air-conditioned buses and seatbelts, all features we want for our students. And the big kicker is for school boards. They get to vote on the tax rate. The tax rate compression is so low, but your house evaluations are skyrocketing. We as community members and school boards have no true option. If school lower tax rates, the state says we are not sharing the burden locally and withhold state money. Not only that, but the state dictates that tax appraisers have to appraise at a certain amount or they'll withhold money from schools, a letter of which I have received recently. The school board, they're gonna withhold money because we didn't tax y'all high enough. So the school board has taxed the school board has to tax the maintenance, has to determine the tax of the maintenance and operations side at the compressed rate the state says. The state reduces its money to the school. For Campbell ISD, we have a tax rate of 61 cents next year.
with 5 special pennies. So we'll have a total tax rate of 66 cents. This is the lowest in the county. All taxpayers are saying we're taxing too high. It's a vicious cycle, and so far no changes are in sight to alleviate the funding concerns for schools. Our kids deserve more. So what does that mean? Teachers and staff continue to show up daily. They welcome the children of Texas. They teach them daily with smiles and hugs. They lose sleep worrying about them, and they pray. Yes, we pray daily for the success of all students. What does that mean for you? Yes, this is your annual call to action. Get involved in your local schools, even if you don't have kids in them. Watch closely the legislation about schools, but mostly vote. Vote for your schools. Let your voice be heard. It matters. Campbell ISD has so many great things happening in our schools. We do just as much as the large schools. Please follow us on Facebook and watch our mighty little school. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the Depot Christian School with Katie Finkenbinder, principal.
Some of you may know me as Katie Moore. Finkenbinder is a little bit more than some people can chew. So some of you have probably seen something interesting going on at the train station downtown, yes? We began the Depot Christian School last year. This time we were just about to start our first year. And when we ended last year, we had 23 students. This year we're beginning the year with 40 students, and we are at maximum capacity. And we have people banging on our door. And so anyway, there are some exciting things going on here. Our mission is to lead children to Christ and to disciple them as a unique and new creation in order to further His kingdom. So what we do at the Depot Christian is we give children the opportunity to be in a smaller class size, and we go at their pace, whatever that pace is. We can go quicker, we can go slower, we can fill in some gaps. And basically what we do is a bigger scale of homeschooling other people's children professionally. And we have multi-age classrooms. This year we are adding on kinder through 6th grade. Last year when we began, we had 6th through 12th grade. This year we're adding kinder through 5th grade. And that operates as a one-room schoolhouse situation. So if you've ever seen Little House on the Prairie, I'm Laura Ingalls Wilder. So this year I'll be teaching kinder through 6th grade in one classroom. And then we have multiple levels where the students can kind of fade in and out of junior high and then sit in junior high for a minute and then fade in and out of high school and then sit in high school. And we have a program and a pathway counselor who works with each student in order to see what their vision is with their family for their future, whether that is being a rancher or going and being a welder, or we have some students who are working on being NICU nurses, and so many other different opportunities. Some children are going to go into the military straight out of school, and some who are wanting to be domestic engineers, which is the hardest job out there, right? So we provide lots of different opportunities, and we wanted to give y'all a chance to hear from our students. So if we can play this video, you will get to hear the voices of the Depot. Click on the who we are. That's okay.
I apologize, I didn't know that was a link to the video.
That's okay. Can you expand it in the bottom right? There we go.
The philosophy of education at the Depot Christian School is that each student is a bearing the image of God. Our philosophy of instruction is to be individualized according to this design. Education of mind, body, and spirit is essential to equip students for the life to which He has called each person. The staff of the Depot strives to engage each student in the process of learning by providing active, informative, and exciting lessons, which will bring understanding of our Lord to the world in which He has placed us. At the Depot, we believe in a balance of adequate breaks, academic studies, and socialization. This produces students who are equipped for going out into the world, preparing them for their fields of study, places of work, and teaches them how to build relationships both at home and in the community. The instructors of the Depot are devoted to the discipleship of the students, knowing God has placed each child in our care and is equipping them and guiding them to build His kingdom here on earth.
Tools for School is a way to serve families in need here in Hunt County. We had a lot of fun working together to fill backpacks with much needed supplies. I thought the class had a lot of fun. We look forward to blessing Hunt County families like this each year.
At GCS, we learn about being mission-minded. That means we share the love of Jesus with people around us. In December, I love getting to be a part of Operation Christmas Child, where we come together to bless poor families who need help. We do many things to help others and tell them God loves them. In the fall, we got to celebrate our pastors by giving them a special lunch banquet. This was really fun and a cool opportunity to show our pastors and youth ministers that we love them, we support them, and pray for them.
Here at DCS, we enjoy having outside speakers come to visit the students. They speak about different career opportunities and how they are able to spread the love of Christ in their own jobs.
Something that DCS does that we enjoy is when people sing praise. We design our floats, put together to open, and dinner. Then we get home and remember. Our families get to be part too. July 4th, Christmas, and even the Hunt County birthday bash party are such fun to celebrate on DCS. What I love about DCS is that we can work at our own pace and no one feels behind, and if you're a fast learner, you can move ahead. This is the reason I feel like DCS kids have a better self-image and feel loved. And this is not a stressful learning environment, which makes me thankful to be a DCS student. One of the buildings that is good. You get better from the time. You can always make our internships, but it also makes it better.
This year, I want to help facilitate the making of DCS in the scarecrow for the Chamber of Commerce competition. It was really fun getting to work together to create a scarecrow display the whole month of October. In December, our provider had the opportunity to sing Christmas carols in the community scenes yearly banquet at Metro 100. At DCS, we enjoy being plugged into our community and we work together well as a family.
One of our favorite things is come together regularly, we play a game, snacks, and we just get together and we chill and we laugh. And it's a good, fun time to get together with one another and know each other better. Some of the things as a student I have gotten to enjoy is the winter formal, which was super fun. The prom just coming up and the grandparents' lunch, which entitled both our parents and our grandparents coming on with us, and to sit down and enjoy the school.
One of my favorite things at DCS is how invested my teachers are in my future career, like starting a business. If I have questions, I can come to them and they will show me everything I need to succeed in that. And I know that I am truly loved here.
The Depot Christian School is the right choice for our family. They've got all the things we're looking for in a private school, and it's like having professionals homeschool our kids.
We read in Isaiah 54:13, All your children will be taught by the Lord, and great will be their peace. That's something we strive for every day at DCS, and I am so thankful to be a part. Contact us today at 903-456-1998. And visit us on Facebook or email us at thedepotchristianschool@gmail.com.
So some of the things that we offer are, you saw volleyball, you saw through the TMEA Association, we have dual credit classes, and we do a lot of things in downtown Greenville and with the community. One of the new things that we have this year is the Depot Christian School Foundation, and that's a 501c3 that is connected to our school where you can give, and that money will go toward the education of the students, possible building of a bigger facility, and all of those funds will go toward something that has to do with educating the children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Katie. Next, we have Mark Reisner, the head administrator of Greenville Christian School.
There's nothing more important in a child's life than a good education. At Greenville Christian School, we're committed to academic rigor and a personal focus in the classroom, all done through the lens of Christian faith.
It's a family. I mean, we're just a family. We love each other. We pray together. We pray over students' needs and families' needs.
It's not just teaching, like in Bible class, but it's like in English class, we're talking about the Bible and how you use the Bible in our grammar.
With small class sizes and a faculty that has strong academic credentials and an abiding faith in Jesus, students at GCS get a personalized experience to guide them through their formative years using biblical principles. We also help students develop athletic, creative, and social skills through a wide range of extracurricular activities.
And they share the same values we do, spending all day with our children and pouring into them.
Plus, at GCS, children join a community of like-minded families where they can feel at home and embraced by people who share their values that are rooted in the Bible.
I don't have to worry when Grace comes to school. I always feel like she's safe here with her teachers. I don't ever feel like she's being taught something that is outside of our Christian beliefs.
Everything is in the name of God. We all learn through Him, and I think that's amazing.
Greenville Christian School, personal, preparatory, principled.
Good afternoon, my name is Mark, and I want to thank the Chamber for hosting today's lunch, and I also want to thank the Chamber for supporting schools and the children and families who attend on a regular basis. So thank you, Chamber, for your efforts. So there's a number of challenges that all schools face today, and I'll just point out one of these and how we at Greenville Christian School address that issue. So the current American culture has been described as post-truth. The term was named Oxford Dictionary's Word of the Year in 2016. The challenge for school is what roles or how does a school persist in transferring truth from one generation to the next when the surrounding culture doesn't embrace truth to begin with? Why should a student work hard in seeking truth in their studies when all that matters in the larger culture is feelings, identity, opinion, self-interest, or does my decision work? One author says, for most of human history, there were some stable combinations of trust in religious text and leaders, learned experts, and the enduring folk wisdom called common sense. Now it seems virtually nothing is universally taken as an authority. This leaves us having to pick our own experts or to simply trust our guts. At GCS, we've picked the Bible, the Word of God, to be authoritative for the life of the mind and for the prosperity of the life of the world. There is a truth. It's knowable. All truth is God's truth. Truth finds its origin in the mind of God, and the authority of truth is found in the authority of God. Another author says, we live in a post-Christian culture marked by polarization, a well-documented lack of trust for one another, and the church playing a decreasing role in even professing Christian lives. The role of the Christian school has become increasingly complex and necessary. While much around us is changing, Greenville Christian Schools remembers and stands on the traditions and truths of a biblical worldview of life and education. GC continues to have a vision to advance an increasingly outrageous idea of Christian scholarship. I would encourage and challenge all of us the fact that truth is worth saving. If Greenville Christian School can be of any help to a business or another school in the community, we would love to support and embrace your efforts as well. So holler at us if we can help in any way. And I wish all of those who are involved in the school business to have a good and prosperous school year. So thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Next is Sharon Booth, the superintendent at Greenville ISD.
So, good afternoon, right? I haven't seen a clock, so I think it's afternoon. So, gathered in this room is a collective force united by a shared purpose, represented by all our commitments to shape the future of our students. As educators and chamber members, the goal is the same: to prepare our students, to ensure that they have the skill sets to be equipped for the workforce that awaits them. As I stated before, I am humbled to have with me today, well, let me say, Shelley mentioned it earlier. My board is here, and without them, and my leadership team is here also from Greenville. Without them, there's no way that Greenville would be moving forward as it is today. Our goals are not merely to fulfill responsibilities, but about ensuring we provide an environment where growth is nurtured, potentials are recognized, and dreams are achieved. We stand, well, I thought I was ready for this, right? We stand strongest when we stand united, moving forward with shared determination. There's an old song that came out many, many years ago that it's not where you start, it's where you finish. The spirit of that phrase has resonated deeply as I reflect on the challenges and transformation of the past few years. With the change in our accountability system, threat of vouchers, and the all-encompassing unfunded mandates that we are all facing, the words, "it's where you finish," is what's important, and it's the lens that we have chosen to use in Greenville ISD. I believe every organization represented here today would agree every single student we have within all of our four walls deserve an unyielding support system, steadfast accountability, and a safe place to fail, regroup, and to refocus. This year's theme at Greenville ISD is Forward Together. I believe this video that we are about to share represents our commitment to move the mighty lines forward.
Welcome to Greenville ISD, where we believe in the power of unity and collaboration. Today, we take you on a tour of our district, where we are all moving forward together towards new heights. Join us as we explore the spirit of togetherness that exemplifies this year's theme. At the heart of Greenville, there lies a strong bond amongst students, teachers, parents, and the community. Our collective spirit drives us to achieve great things as one cohesive team. In our community, we cherish our individual and collective talents, knowing that our unique capabilities make us stronger. Forward Together means embracing the richness of our cultures and traditions, fostering an inclusive environment where all students, staff, and community feel valued and respected. In our quest for excellence, we believe in the power of collaborative learning. Forward Together means working side by side, inspiring one another, and sharing knowledge to overcome challenges and achieve success. At Greenville ISD, we strive to provide programs that will support the development of well-rounded students. Our Fine Arts program allows students to unleash their creativity and express themselves through music, dance, and visual arts. Our athletes exemplify determination, perseverance, and sportsmanship as they compete at the highest levels, reminding us that we achieve more when we work together as one. Forward Together means that even in competition, we remain united, supporting one another and celebrating each other's achievements. As we conclude our tour through Greenville ISD, we are reminded that the power of unity propels us towards new heights. Forward Together encapsulates the essence of our school district, where every step forward is taken as a team. Together.
Together. Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Together.
We believe in our collective strengths that will shape a brighter future for generations to come.
So I challenge members in this room, districts, and organizations to join us to move forward, side by side. Thank you for being a part of this mission, for sharing in our passion, and for our commitment to making this year a resounding success. Let's stand together, move forward together, and watch as all of our students grow into the future leaders that they are destined to be. It's going to be a great year, and I must add, to be a lion. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. That was my son, by the way, the very last scene with the graduation gown on. All right. Next, we have Jeff Urban, the superintendent of Quinlan ISD.
Thank you to the Chamber for hosting this. We appreciate the opportunity to come and showcase our schools. We believe Hunt County is an excellent place for children to come, get an education, grow, and go out into the world.
I do want to recognize 2 institutes of higher learning. PJC, Dr. Anglin is here. You're going to see in our video in a minute, we have had over 400 students graduate PJC, all at the expense of QISD. And then Dr. Mark Rudin, I don't know if he is here. They have a new program called the Pride Pathway, and that allows your aides to go to school online, get their degree, become fully certified while they're working. And we're enjoying that benefit now. So we're going to begin with a few slides here. We passed a bond this year, and we're excited about that. This is what I referred to a minute ago. So our bond was $25 million. I want to say a big thank you to my team. If you'll just raise your hand. These guys sitting out here, this is where, honestly, that's where the magic happens right there. Those guys work together to make things happen. But again, if you see right here, PJC in Greenville is an excellent place for your students to come and get an education, and all economically disadvantaged students, free and reduced lunch, qualify for free tuition this year. So take advantage of that, please. We have a patient care technical certifications. In addition, we also have a fully working simulated ambulance in our school. If you'd like to see that, give us a shout. We'll be glad to show that to you. We also have these certifications and students who are enjoying all the benefits of our school. This one I'm very proud of. L3, thank you. L3. I'm very proud of this for one reason. I'm going to brag for a minute. We were the only school district that had 3 students hired by L3, so we're very appreciative of you guys. These guys interviewed, learned to answer questions, and showcase themselves, and we were the only school district in Hunt County that L3 hired 3, so we're very proud of that. Thank you. Hunt County Fair Project, they have an annual build-off championship. I believe this is our first year to win that, but these students right here showcased their talents and were able to win that and bring the trophy home. And then we have a state qualifying fishing team. They've changed their names over the years. They model it, I guess, after lures, but we had 3 teams that qualified for state this past year. So that is another opportunity, if your school district's not taking advantage of that, to do so. Softball, by-district champions this year. That's as far as we've ever advanced, I believe. 3 years straight in football playoffs, hopefully a 4th. And then we're very proud of this, our Communities for Music Education. We, in 4 straight years, have received this award, and it is given out sparingly to districts. It's a process. You have to go through a lot of paperwork and other things, but we're proud of that. We also have students that qualify for state choir and band. Our award-winning Bluebells team continues to excel. And are we going to the video? All right.
Congratulations, TIA designees! LIC is happy this is our second year to be able to designate teachers. We have 37 teachers who qualified this year. We want to say congratulations to all of them for their hard work. We're happy that this program rewards them for what they do. We got the TIA credit.
On behalf of Luncheon, we wanted to make this official. It's no longer proposed, but this is for real. It's for real. Coming your way. 5 years.
A couple years ago, I was starting my teaching career, and I was getting married, and looking at buying a house and a car, and all of that was pretty stressful to think about. But TIA has absolutely eased that burden and allowed me and my wife to start out successfully.
TIA gives us the opportunity to hire the absolute best teachers for our students and maximize their performance.
You are officially an exemplary designated teacher.
Let me tell you, I work in
our love with us. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Y'all received it. You are easy guys. Congratulations. There you go.
This TI check will impact my life. It'll allow me to not have to work 2 jobs and it saves me time at the company.
It's a great day to be a Panther.
And that's it. You're asking me, what is TIA? TIA is Teacher Incentive Allotment. It's provided by the state. If they achieve certain levels, they receive that. So to date, we have paid out over, and all employees get this, we were one of 3 schools in Region 10 to do this 2 years ago. We've paid out over $769,000. Teachers receive 100% of that. Some of those checks, which are eligible for their retirement, were in addition to $26,000. Get it every year for 5 years. Great program. So I want to thank you to the chamber and license. We do use you. So I always said that. Yeah. We're going to expect a discount next year.
Thank you, Jeff. Next, we have Dr. Pam Anglin, the president of Paris Junior College.
Thank you, Shelley. I want to start by saying a huge thank you to Shelley and the Chamber. Thank you, Mayor, City of Greenville, Greenville Board of Development, and all the school districts in Hunt County. Because this last year, as we've worked with L3, as we've worked together on many things, it's shown working together with partnerships, you can achieve and do anything, and sharing and working together. And I left out A&M Commerce out of that. Without your relationship, we couldn't be what we are. So thank you. Let's start out with a little video.
Welcome to Paris Junior College. I'm Pam Anglin, president of PJC. PJC is a comprehensive community college where you can come for the first 2 years towards a bachelor's degree and be prepared to successfully transfer to a university. Or you can come here for workforce training. Our workforce programs are designed to prepare you to go directly to work in high-demand occupations using the most current technology and most current equipment available. We're here to help you. We have faculty and staff that are going to take care of you. They're going to know your names and they're going to help you succeed and meet your educational and career goals. So come see us at PJC, and I hope to see you on campus.
Brendan here is a biology student at Paris Junior College on his way to becoming a doctor. He says that Paris Junior College changed his life. Brendan, what's your story?
Okay, so I started in Denver, Colorado. That was where I was born. I joined the Marine Corps. I did electronics for a while and really thought electronics was for me.
And that's where you decided to be a doctor?
Yeah, actually. I took one course, Combat Lifesavers, which made me discover that passion for the human body and for medicine.
So how'd you get to Texas?
I eventually meet my wife. She's from Bottom, Texas. And once I got to Texas, I had a choice to make.
Ah, yes, the big college decision.
When I asked my wife which one I should go to, she told me that the science program at Paris Junior College truly prepare you to go anywhere else. You'll get the care and support you need, and as a parent, the flexibility that it is provided has been invaluable.
Wait, you're a student and a dad?
I am a father of 2 children, so my 2 young ones require a lot of attention. I could not be a parent and a successful student without the support the school has given me.
Wow, it sounds like Paris Junior College really has changed your life.
I'm really grateful to it.
If you're thinking about continuing your education, check out Paris Junior College at parisjc.edu.
Hi, my name is Isabella Sanchez, and I'm part of the mechatronics department.
Paris Junior College is not only accessible, but it also trains you to become part of the workforce. I came in here knowing nothing, but coming out of it, I've been able to not only work on things around my house, but also move throughout the field confidently in myself. If you're looking for a school that offers not only many pathways, but as well as teachers that care, PJC is the place for you.
If you're thinking about continuing your education, check out Paris Junior College at parisjc.edu.
These are 3 little short videos that we had made that we've been using on social media, and I wanted to share those with you. Brendan, 26 years old, he graduated, as he mentioned, Denver, Colorado from high school. He did not think he was college material, didn't think he could ever go to college. Joined the Marine Corps right out of high school, he and a buddy. And as he mentioned, he met his wife while he was stationed in Okinawa. She was also a Marine. And they ended up getting married, moving to Texas, Bonham, where her parents still lived. And he had, as he mentioned, been in that one course and decided, I want to be a doctor someday. Came to PJC in biomedical science, and this last year, first time in our 100-year history, we had a student named to the All-USA academic team, one of 20 students out of 12.4 million community college students across America. Brendan. He received all kinds of scholarship money from that award, and then we've been able to match it with some other, but he's at A&M College Station this year, junior biomedical science. We have a program with A&M College Station. If you make a 3-6 with us and you take all of the courses that A&M wants for their BIMS program, 3.6 at PJC and those set courses, you get automatically admitted into biomedical science at A&M College Station. One of the most competitive programs there. So Brendan is there. He wants to be an MD, but he also wants to get his PhD so he can do medical research. This is a young man that will change medicine someday. Just an amazing young man. I want to tell you really briefly about a young woman that we had. She came to us when she was 14. Started taking college classes when she was 14. She had been in public schools up through the 7th grade. She was legally blind, and kids were making fun of her. And so her parents decided to homeschool her, but they put her in with us at 14. She scored high enough on the TSI test to take college-level courses, and we had her from the time she was 14 to 17. She graduated from us in May. We held that young lady's hand all the way through, as we do in all of our students. But we got her involved in Phi Theta Kappa, in student government. She learned to talk in front of groups of people. And she applied to some Ivy League schools, and she applied to University of Southern California. She was accepted by USC, given a full scholarship, and then 3 weeks ago she came by to see me before she left. Her parents moved her to Los Angeles. She had been accepted into the honors program at USC in neuroscience. The majority of our students that transfer do transfer to A&M Commerce, and all of our Associate of Science and Associate of Art degrees are designed for seamless transfer to A&M. So we feel really good about what we're doing with our transfer students. But now more than ever, our focus is on workforce and workforce training and training residents of the area that we serve for the high demand occupations for the area. Most of you already know that we have started construction, I'm doing some dirt work now, but on a workforce training facility here at on our land. And it will house initially 4 programs. Mechatronics, which you saw the little video on, electrician, HVAC and plumbing, and then airframe technology. So we have partnered with L3 Harris, and we're very grateful for that partnership. And this is one of those things that you as a college president, I've dreamed of all my life, to have a partnership that evolves to this level. When this comes to fruition, we will have a partnership with all of the county high schools where they can start and take a couple of dual credit classes in airframe maintenance, and then if they want to continue on, then they can continue on and get be trained as an airframe mechanic. Our goal is to have a full A&P school within the next 5 years that is FAA certified, but both airframe and power plant. The partnership with L3 Harris, partner with the high schools, then to PJC. Once they get employed by L3 Harris, then they have a potential of having their education paid for through bachelor's, master's, and so a huge opportunity. And pre-apprenticeship program for the high schools and an apprenticeship program. So something when you look at, it'll end up, this program will be a model across the nation once it's completely built out over the next 2 or 3 years. But I wanted to make sure you were all aware of that and that we are focusing on workforce training. These 4 programs we're starting in our building here, and we plan on opening it next August for next classes next fall. It's also designed where the area high schools can bring their students in for this workforce training on campus. But we started with 4 programs that there is large need for within Hunt County, and really want to work with the Board of Development on helping to be able to keep your current industry and attract new and additional industry. But the facility has 4 very large bays that are flexible space. We'll have all of the power and the gas and the air in it to where we could quickly transition from one high demand program to another high demand workforce program as things change over the year. We invite you out, come to see our campus. Enrollment looks good this fall. We think we're back from COVID, and a lot of great students. And good start to the semester. But as I traveled with Brendan this past April for him to receive his national awards, he and I were talking on the plane. I learned he wants to sit by you because he wants to have somebody to talk to all the way. He said, "You don't carry anything to work on the plane, do you?" I said, "Well, I usually do." And he said, "Well, I like to talk." Okay, Brendan, I'll stick my work up in the overhead. But just, we have some wonderful, wonderful students. And we are there, we're going to, and I've always said this, we're there to hold their hands and walk them through. Because so many of our students, first generation, and don't really know where to start, what to do. But that's why we're there, and we're going to hold their hands and get them ready to go anywhere they want to go. Thank you.
Lastly, we have Dr. Brent Bonham, Vice President of Research and Economic Development at Texas A&M University Commerce.
Thank you very much. I like the Bowles approach so much, I think I'm just going to have my colleagues come up and tell something they worked on.
I do realize I stand between you and the start of a long weekend, so we will try and get through as quick as we can for it. Again, my name is Brent Donham. I'm the Vice President for Research and Economic Development. If you've ever been around our president, Mark Rudin, you will hear this phrase time and time again, is that one of the elements of our vision is to transform lives. So what I'm going to do is take a few minutes just to show you some of the things that are happening on our campus that are enabling us to transfer lives. First thing is transferring our place or our location. So what you see here is not what you would see if you came to our campus, but this will be our new welcome center. Right now it looks more like an erector set, but we at least have some steel coming out of the ground. If you're familiar with the campus, this is the music building right here, and then the football stadium will be behind it. But this will become the front door of our university. Right now, our Welcome Center has all the services, but it's a little tough to find. And so if you're a visiting parent and a student trying to figure out what do I do, this is going to now be the front door and enable us to do that. The Ted and Donna Lyons Center for Game Bird Research is going to be on 5024, kind of down by the wetlands, if you know, and I'm going to tell a little more of what's going on. What's going on in this building. It's currently in the design phase, so this is an artist rendition of it. It may change to that. This will house a number of items. The back part are quail, pens and everything, the research. The idea of these paths you see would be out through the wetlands, allowing a kind of an educational experience for the students going through that. And then the other one that we have will be our agricultural multipurpose education and training center, will just be on the other side of 5024. It will house, again, some offices, some classrooms, but more important, an arena. One thing that we don't have is the ability for our rodeo team, and a lot of people don't realize what a world-class rodeo team. We had 2 national champions, and we had the horse of the year. I wish our bold guy was still here. Tricks. I think that's what everybody wants to see. But they won that up in there, so that'll be coming. Transforming academics. Like Dr. Englund said, we're looking to what is the people in this region? What do the companies need? Not only here, but in the state and nationally, but we focus very heavily on the region. So these are not all the new programs, but just some of those that have occurred in recent. The BS Cybersecurity Program, that's actually located, the A&M system has a campus down in Bryan, not the flagship, but it's called RELIS. And it's got workforce development, it's got research, it's got their state agencies, but it also has an academic component. And so I put in a cybersecurity program down there, very unique hands-on approach, because cyber is one of those tough ones. We don't really like our students playing on our network, trying out these things. Well, down here we have the ability to do that so students know what to look for. A sustainable agriculture is we deal with food deserts. And some of the things that are going on in cities and everything, the hydroponics that you see there is some of the things that we have ongoing on that. Our electrical engineering program is the newest of our 3 engineering. Since everybody's mentioned L3 Harris, they hired 8 of our graduating class this last time, which we were thrilled, along with our other engineering, along with other companies in the area. The BSS Tech Management's a unique one, in that Dr. Englund again talked about the working toward the workforce development. Those programs are AAS, and oftentimes in the past, students took them and I want to go for a bachelor's degree, but it was very difficult. This program, and it's focused more in the area of technology and engineering, but it would take any of those new programs she's talking about, allow students to transfer the entire program, plus finish additional courses at the community college rate, and then take the last 37 hours. It's a wonderful program for people that are trying to grow their own into the first line of supervision. Bachelor in Business Analytics, and then the competency base is the Pride Pathway and others that you heard about. Transforming research, won't go into all of it, but these are just some of the exciting. We have researcher working there at breast cancer, the firefighting with drones. Our faculty member out of engineering has done some work with Commerce Fire Department and stuff of using drones to fight wildfires, things along that. Mental health, don't have to say how important that is becoming and everything, so we're working in the area of rural mental health, and I know our, just retired, but Nick Patras held a a big event here in Greenville, and I can't remember, 50 some odd people showed up from different agencies to address that. Again, the sustainable urban agriculture, the hydroponics, we had greenhouses both on campus as well as our campus in Dallas with the hydroponics growing. Again, dealing with cybersecurity, we had 8 students this summer that worked with the Department of Homeland Security on looking at SHIP, the Coast Guard controls, and also the 911 thing, so had students getting to do that. We're leaders in the field of STEM education, not only producing the teachers, but have a number of grants and things that are going on that. The Liz Carpenter is Lady Bird Johnson's executive, that we have a humanities person who will be doing that. That will be run on PBS when that is completed. Athletic performance, we had 2 of our researchers and students that went to Germany to work with the GEUS and the German national track teams this year on measuring their performance on that, and then a continued work in the environmental studies. Wanted to just touch on one since I mentioned the Gainberg Research Center. One of the things that we have ongoing is our quail research led by Dr. Kelly Reyna. And the goal of that is to discover a solution for sustainable game bird. A lot of people don't realize, including me until I got to work with Dr. Reyna, but the population of quail in Texas has declined by 80% since 1967. So if any of you are hunters, that's really a big concern, but just environmental. So one of the things that they're working on is how do we sustain it? Not just grow pens and farm-raised birds, but how do we put them back into the wild and everything. It's very interesting research if you have an opportunity. Now, these are the pictures of 3 of the students and the chicks. They do visit the school districts. I can promise you, if you're interested in them bringing out the baby quail chicks to show your students and talk about the research, they love doing that. And the only problem is some of these students want to name the birds, and I think, not a good idea. Okay, it's not going to turn out well for you. All right. But all of this is transforming the lives and giving a hands-on experience for the students. We're transforming athletics. We are now a Division I school. We are in the Southland Conference, and so it's been very exciting. You will see teams in the past. You heard of Angelo State and West Texas and all that. Well, this year we play a team in basketball, our men's team in December called Kentucky. So I asked if it was a home and home, but Kentucky decided not to come here, so we'll just play there at Rupp Arena. But it is an exciting time, but more than just athletics, we're also we're transforming the university to a D1 university, and that's in the research and everything else, so that's been exciting for us. But more important, why are we here, is transforming futures. So a recent study showed that the percentage of bachelor graduates who are either going to graduate school or working in 1 year, the state average is 75.2, and we're very proud that at Commerce we're up at about 81.3 of our students going directly into the work and graduate. And this is the slide you'll remember the most because I'm done. And it's again, what do we do? A&M Commerce, we transform lives. So thank you for your time and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Brent. So once again, I just want to thank you to all our educators for sharing your schools with us today. We appreciate everything you do, and we hope you have a wonderful school year. Before you leave, I'm going to invite our mayor up to the stage. If you would like to speak, say a few words.
Thank you very much. Those stories are very, very uplifting, and enjoyed hearing all of them. I enjoy work with Dr. Anglin, and she is such a asset for our community. My wife reminded me to keep the mic close. Yes, I'm honored. I am the mayor of Greenville, but today I want to come to you as a concerned citizen. As most of you know, Greenville's growing. We see it in our traffic. We have 8,000 platted lots, and we have 1,000 apartments either planned or under construction. And the city uses about a half a dozen other metrics to measure growth, and every one of those metrics is the arrows pointing upward. If you crunch the numbers and divide whatever you get in half, the city of Greenville could easily be 40 or 45,000 by the end of the decade. Of course, it depends on the economy and that sort of thing, but we're growing. We're one of the fastest growing cities in Texas, by the way.
So it's not whether we're going to grow, it's how we grow that matters. And fortunately, this city council and other city councils in the past have worked hard to make sure the infrastructure is in place, the water, the roads, all of that is in place, and shortly it will be in place to support this growth. But even in spite of that, Greenville is at a crossroads, and I think many of you know that. Our schools are crowded and overflowing. Our facilities are old. My son was a freshman when the high school opened. I always think of the high school as the new high school, and that was 40 years ago. Think about that. I still think our kids are as good as the kids anywhere. They make us proud when they go to robotics competitions and solar car, and they always bring home the bacon, always. So they deserve better. Greg Sims will tell you when he has a business prospect in here that one of the first or second questions they ask is, what about the schools? And the reason for that is they're concerned about their employees, they're concerned about a skilled workforce, and they're concerned about retaining those employees when they get there. Workforce retention has become a big issue. Maybe it's because social media and it's so easy to look for jobs now. I don't know why. But in the other area, we have one public basketball court in the city of Greenville, and that's at the Reese Davis Center. We need recreational facilities that will accommodate all of our kids and our family. A few years ago, we upgraded the Reese Davis Center. We spent about $170,000 on it, and it's busy 12 to 16 hours a day. Seniors come in the middle of the day, and then kids leave. When they leave, the kids come in, and of course we support the great Boys and Girls Club there also. If we don't have some of these amenities, we're going to be left behind. We'll be at a disadvantage when we attract new homeowners, and rooftops is what really gets retailers involved. Businesses like restaurants and grocery stores, etc., when they drive a stake in the ground, it's because of opportunity and because they see rooftops in the area. So that's one of the things that we need to think about. And that is why I'm here to tell you that this election in November is one of the most important elections that we're ever going to have for the city of Greenville. The arrow that's pointing up right now could just as quickly start pointing down. And so I think many of you, all of you are here today because you care about Greenville, you care about our future. And we all need to start thinking about what we can do to help. We can't be apathetic. We must be proactive. And early voting for these initiatives start in about less than 2 months on October 23rd. What I'm talking about is the recreation center bonds that the city of Greenville has proposed, as well as all of the school bonds for GISD. So today I'm asking you to get involved and to make sure that you vote and you get your neighbors to vote and that sort of thing. If you'd like to help, Shelley was nice enough to let us have some sign-up sheets there in the back, or you can drop a business card on your exit. But before I finish, I want to just talk a little bit about the rec center because it can be so transformative for our city. Really, under the leadership of Summer Spurlock and Brett Quarles, the city councils has been working on this recreation center for over a year. And we're planning to host several town halls to talk about it and answer questions about what it is and why we need it so bad. But I want to tell you that our financial projections are very, very conservative for this. It's not going to add any debt to our city. It's not going to raise taxes. And the other thing I'd like for you to remember when you talk about this, please remind seniors that their taxes are frozen. It's not going to increase their taxes in any way. And I think the school also I think their proposal, I'm not that familiar with it, but I think the school proposal also includes no new taxes. So I hope that you work on these. I hope we can move forward together. It's great. What's better for Greenville? We need to make these initiatives pass in November and move our city forward. Thank you very much.
And that's it for today, so have an amazing day.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.